Oh, hey, guess what time it is? It's time of the year where we always order our chicks. And right now, I'm on a website and I'm ordering our meat turkeys. I'm going to be ordering the broad-breasted white turkeys. And we generally put about 7 in the freezer because we usually experience some deaths or process one for Thanksgiving. So we ordered 10. We're going to see how it goes again this year. This is our 3rd year ordering chicks. So let me finish up placing this order real quick. There. Who could that be? Wow, that was quick. We have our chicks already. Let's see what the postman brought us. Look at there. 10 broad-breasted whites, all alive and well, fresh from the hatchery. All right, let's get busy and show you what we need to do to take care of these chicks and get them growing so that we can make the best of this experience.
Oh, it is. I see them, baby chicks. I see them, baby chicks. I see them, baby chicks. Hey, are y'all thirsty? Huh? You want something to drink? That one says yes. That one said yes. Oh, it's been a long ride. Need something to drink. Not all at once. And so far, there's not any chickens on the ground being stampeded. There's one over here in the corner. Got out of the corner. So, you've got baby chicks.
Okay, it's been a month since that last little clip where you saw us just ordering the chickens. We went on a week-long vacation, and there are a few things that we discussed among ourselves that we wanted to discuss with you as a group and as a viewer. The reason we decided to do chickens and do turkeys, I went to the grocery store, and I probably shouldn't call out a specific, but I did. I went to the grocery store and I ordered a chicken meal that was already cooked. And one of the pieces of chicken that I've got was this little bitty thigh, about this big, and the other was a normal sized thigh. And I thought to myself, what happened to that chicken that it didn't fully produce right? And also Michelle kept having this bad experience of going and buying turkey meat, and over half the time when she got home and got ready to cook that turkey meat, it was bad. And she just got sick and tired. She's like, Randall, is there any way that we can grow our own turkey? I'm like, yeah, as a matter of fact, we can, and let's do it. So this is the 3rd year that we've been growing our own turkey meat and our own chickens. We've learned a lot, and we just want to tell you, those are probably some of the main reasons we decided to grow our own meat, is we want to know where it was coming from. Also, the health of that chicken whenever it was butchered. And we also know and understand that the meat that you buy in the store, those chickens haven't been out on pasture. They haven't had a chance to eat grass and get those omega-3s, or those omega-3s from eating bugs. And we just feel better about our meat, that if we're eating meat that has had a chance to get out and get a full, well-balanced diet, and we put that into our bodies, we're doing ourselves a better justice of consuming that than the store-bought stuff. And a lot of people, they're really disconnected from their food source these days, and they're out of touch with what they're putting in their body. They just know that they go to the store or to a restaurant and they pick up their food and they eat it without giving it a second thought as to the health of that bird before you consumed it. While we were on vacation, we met up with a gentleman out of Louisiana, And he said he started raising his own beef. And we don't eat so much beef that we don't really just try to go out there and try to acquire some beef. But he went to an auction, and the old cow was a 20-year-old cow, and her eyeball was hanging out. And he saw the local butcher buying that cow, and he bought that cow for a penny a pound. And he's going to turn around and he's going to take that back to his butcher shop and put that into the food supply for all his local consumers to eat. And I just thought to myself, wow, there really is no, how do you say it? No self-conscious about people and what they're doing to their neighbor. And I can guarantee he's probably not consuming that meat. He's putting that on the shelf for somebody else to consume because he's not wanting to eat it. And I think people just need to get back, and they need to do something to grow their own food, whether it's just a seed in the ground in a flower pot on your back patio and grow a squash or grow a tomato or grow a cucumber. Grow something. And we have just enough land here. We're only 2 acres, and we can grow a majority of the vegetables we eat. We grow all of our eggs. We grow all of our chicken that we eat, and we grow all of our turkey meat. We don't eat a lot of beef. What we do is we substitute that with the turkey meat. When we grew out 7 turkeys last year, those birds were on average 50 pounds apiece. And we put several hundred pounds of turkey burger in 1-pound packages into the freezer, and we eat on that all year. And if you put that up, if you calculate that at $5 a pound in a grocery store per turkey grind, you are really saving a lot of money by eating turkey meat that you grew yourself. Now, I can't say that so much for the chicken that you're consuming, because chicken is such a tight margin that when the farmers can grow thousands of birds in these big grow houses, and they barely turn a profit enough to live off of. And I really feel sorry, because the big agriculture companies take advantage of your local poultry farmers. And those guys are just cutting corners and doing everything they can just to get by, to support their family. They're having to go under these really demanding contracts, really strict, and they get penalized for every goal that they miss. So the food industry is really under attack, and the nutrition that the average person is putting in their body is really depleted of minerals and nutrients. And those are big concerns for us. And those are probably some of the biggest reasons that we decided to raise our own meat. Now, we grow our chickens out for 8 weeks. When we buy our birds, we buy our turkeys and our chickens to arrive at the same time. We put them in our turkey tractor, which is 8 foot wide, 12 foot long. And by the time the chickens get up 8 weeks later and ready to harvest, and we take those out of there, the turkeys are now getting up to a size where they need to be in a pen by themselves. And we can grow those 7 to 10 turkeys out in that mobile pen, moving them every day and putting them on fresh grass. And they're comfortable in there. We open up the door to kind of let them out from time to time, and most of the time they just stay in the pen. They're happy, they're content, and they don't cause any problems. Now, we have all of our birds set up on a big trough plywood feeder where we can put 2 50-pound bags of feed in there. And we have an automatic watering bucket that's about this tall, about this big around, and it's hooked to a water hose. And the water hose is on a timer that every 5 minutes it goes off for 10 seconds. So we can step away from the house for a couple of days. We put them along the back fence row on fresh grass. We can leave for a few days, and we'll feel good that they get good food, get good clean water, and we come back and they were fine. We had absolutely no issues. They were nice and healthy. They had grown, and they had plenty of water, plenty of food the entire time we were gone. And so that's one of the big benefits of doing things the way we do it. Now, we've got an air conditioner in our garage, and it comes around to processing time, middle of July next month. We turn our air conditioner on, we get our ice ready, and we scald our birds, put them in the feather plucker, and then we go inside the garage and air condition, nice cool environment where we can rinse out with a water hose, and that's where we process our birds. And we've done videos on that in the past, and we'll probably document that in the future also. So if you find any of this information valuable and you just like what we're doing here, give us a thumbs up. If you really like it and you're new here and you've never seen us before, do us a favor and hit the subscribe button and set your bell's notification so that every time we produce a video, you'll get notified of that new release of that new video. And continue to follow us, and we're going to keep bringing new stuff to you. We're getting ready to do a 30-day challenge. We're going to do a video a day for 30 days. That's coming up real soon, so we're gearing up for that, writing down topics that we want to bring to you guys. So we got some pretty exciting content. Also, at the end of October 24th, we're going to be out in the Jay, Florida, Shamokin, Florida area, and we're going to be hosting a homesteaders event out there. And if you're from the area and you're within a day's drive, we invite you to come out and enjoy, because we're going to have some pretty big name YouTubers out there, and you're going to get a chance to get face to face with those guys and ask all these burning questions that you've got, that you're always in Google asking, or you're searching for videos on. They're going to be up there present. We're going to have Cog Hill Farms. We're going to have David the Good. Hidden Oaks Homestead is the one that's hosting the event. Greatly appreciate everything you guys are doing if you're watching this. And we invite you to come out and see us. All right, thanks for watching, and continue for the updates. Okay, just a real quick snapshot. I told you that we had our chickens on our chicken tractor on a water timer, and we're just kind of going over that real quick. Right down here we have a garden water timer, and we didn't buy this for this reason. I just already had this on hand, and I had it set up for mist propagation beds for cuttings. And like I said, every 5 minutes this thing will kick on. It'll open the green valve back there, and it'll allow water to flow for 10 seconds. And basically all it's doing is just putting a little bit of pressure in this line. Now, the reason we decided to do it rather than just turning the water on is because due to the constant pressure, it tends to leak and overrun the water bucket. So I figured if we had an on and off valve, that would slow down any water waste. And this kicks off at 6 o'clock at night. It stops and then kicks back on at 6 o'clock in the morning and starts feeding the chickens and the turkeys again, so they're not all night with water pressure going to their bowl in case something happens through the night. Okay, let's go on out and take a look at the chickens. We're getting back to the back side of the property over there. My hose, I ran out of hose, so I had to go grab another hose to kind of throw in the middle of all this. So we're just adding some, so that'll pull all that pressure off there. Yep. There was pressure in the hose, but there wasn't a steady flow of water because of the timer. Now we'll show you what we typically do to the chickens and the turkeys from on a day-to-day basis. We just move them onto fresh grass. It's just a basic chicken tractor like you see all over YouTube. Everybody's building them. It's got some lawnmower wheels bolted to the back of the boards. One of the things that we did different is we put bracing in the corners, but underneath that bracing we have a wheel, and it's on a swivel. So that when we get ready to move the chicken tractor, it swivels a little bit easier to move that way. All right, so we moved these birds 24 hours ago. They've got chicken litter all over the grass. They've eaten their share of the grass. There's a turkey, yeah. And on the way out here, we heard the turkeys starting to do their call. Hear that?
Look at him strutting. Good.
So every day we come in and we drain the water out. That way mosquitoes don't build up in there. In case any mosquitoes have laid larvae through the night. Move that forward.
So
Just check their feed.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's put a bag of feed in there about 3 days ago. And right here on the side, you can see the food where it comes out the side.
Perfect.
Now this is 22% chicken feed. And the reason we go with 22% is that when you're raising out meat birds, you need higher protein. So typically after 8 weeks, our roosters are about 10 pounds and our hens are about 8 pounds. So 22% does good for them. Just nice, steady, slow pull. You don't want to just abruptly move these because then they get caught under the wheels and you injure the birds. And just avoid that. Just make sure you're checking the front wheels and along that back board. Look at there. As soon as we put them on new grass, they'll go right after it. They start to graze on the grass. Now as these birds get older and they get heavier, they're going to do a lot less grazing. But at this young age, they're able to get out here and consume all these bugs and all this grass, and all those items are creating omega-3 fatty acids that you don't get in store-bought meat. Typically, Michelle comes out and together she'll make sure the birds are off the back while I pull this, or someone's in the cage moving everything as we're pulling it, and it goes a lot faster. But for video's sake, I'm just doing the move myself today. Kind of showing what it's like having one person do it all. Not really tasking. Probably takes about 15 minutes to come out and do it. Okay, hope you enjoyed it.